Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Mind Matters, the podcast where we explore the challenges and opportunities of lifestyle in today's world. I am your host, Angelina Alicia, and I am so glad you are joining us today. In this episode, we are diving into a topic that is affecting an entire generation of Gen Z and mental health, from the pressures of social media and the fast-paced digital world to the uncertainty brought by global events. It is clear that mental health has become one of the defining issues of our time. Born between 1997 and 2012, Gen Z is growing up in a world that is more connected and more complicated than ever before. Many are juggling academic expectation, career goals, and personal identity while navigating an online world that never sleeps. But how is this shaping their mental health, and what can we do to support them? To help us unpack this, I'm joined by our friend to shed light on how Gen Z is redefining conversation about mental health and breaking down the stigma around it. William Majayat, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, hello, Angelina. I'm glad to be here in this podcast today. And yes, we will be talking a lot of why mental health is matter, especially toward Gen Z today.
Okay, let's start with the first question. What do you think is causing the increased fluctuation of mental health disorder within Gen Z nowadays?
Honestly, it's a good question here because there isn't just any one reason that kind of answer it all. It's kind of mixes a bit of everything because like social media, world events, maybe pressure from people especially our parents, Gen Z, we being pushed forward nowadays, and how exactly people talk about mental health now than before, like our previous generation. Okay,
I see.
yeah, okay, so like uh, basically a study based on Annie E. Cassie Foundation, it stated that around 65% of Gen Z experience mental health problem. Did you know that?
Oh, that's interesting. 65%. That is a large number.
Exactly, but for me exactly, in this matter, I don't think it's mean that we as a Gen Z is weaker just because we have more mental health problem. I think it's just because we are more open toward it, like all people they
I
don't really talk about it much, but we are as a Gen Z we talk about it. It even become a daily thing, right?
Yes, it is true. I've been seeing a lot of a lot of videos and reels about mental health nowadays.
Yeah, we're just more open, especially when we talk about depression, anxiety. It's just I think all people just see it as a taboo, but like we just recognize it's something to be addressed. And
Mm-hmm.
Gen Z grew up with phone. We are what they call digital native, right? And everything is already within our reach. Like we can talk to other people fast. We get information fast. It's just all this news and sharing things is also fast. So I think being connected, it's still something that we felt. But on the other hand, despite that, it could be like we feel connected, but we still feel alone just because we have anything like instantly toward us.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of parents, like do older generation like boomers and millennials notice the mental health changes in Gen Z? Cause you know like how parents like to blame us like we use our phone too much and they don't notice our mental health changes.
I think it's kind of a tricky question because uh, and at the end of one side of thing it could be true, but on the other side of thing it's also be false because there's no really yes and no answer, a right or wrong question here answer here because some people just have good parents, some doesn't, but like if I have to say myself, sometimes yeah they do notice, but not everyone really understand it. Especially we grew up Asian,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
especially. you know how Asian is like they
Yes, yes.
they know like the parents know that something is happened, but they don't really confront it. You get what I mean?
Yes, yeah, like I think what you mean is like the lack of communication between the parents and their children.
Yeah, but they do notice sometimes. If you do you
Mm.
think the same? Like your parents notice something, but they don't really communicate with you. But you just know that they know.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I think yeah. If I could say they don't notice, it's kind of not true. But if I said they're notice, it's also not true because they might notice, they might not notice. But yeah, it's just kind of weird thing in the middle here. And like how we call like our previous generation like boomer and stuff. Then I don't think that they like deal much with social media and like Instagram or TikTok. Maybe some millennials they do care, but
Mm-hmm.
like yeah, even like boomers, like let's say like my parents, they don't really use it, so they don't really see a lot of mental health thing. Even if they do, it's probably just like funny videos, but it's not anything in depth or anything like spread awareness about this matter.
Okay, okay, I understand. Cause like, it like some parents who are like in the older generation, they would see these mental health thing as like an excuse for being lazy, if you know what I mean.
Uh huh. Like, can you elaborate more on that? I'm kind of lost here.
Let's say like let's say you're a parent, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your child has like a like noticeable symptom of depression, and someone who's depression, they couldn't do activity as normally as like they could, so parents think that they are lazy, you know.
Oh yeah, but like we have to think. Maybe it's yeah, it is true, but maybe the time nowadays just different from back there because we don't
Mm.
have all this luxury that we have today, and our parents work hard. I don't think they have time to be depressed back then. I mean, if you're depressed back then, you don't get anything to it. Like the
Yes,
world.
yes, yes.
Yeah, the world around them is just like harsher than what we face today. So when we talk about like, oh, we are being depressed, we don't go outside, we don't do anything, we just lay down around. For them, it's like you're lazy because I mean, if you face what they felt back then, they will like, yeah, you're just lazy. You don't work to eat. You just exist. Meanwhile, I have to like go from morning like down, wake up at 4, 3, just to prepare some stuff to sell probably, and like selling it all day or do work all day and go home, eat and probably eat, go back to sleep if they got the chance, of course. I think it's just kind of the
Yeah.
mindset because today's world is just kind of different from them. I couldn't really blame them for that, but sometimes, time changes, and I don't think like the older generation kind of catch up with us, and I don't think it is their fault too because, I mean, they're old. They don't have the energy to like catch up with us and everything. There's so much going on.
Oh, yes, 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 I can understand what you mean. Speaking of phone, do you think phones are the main reason that Gen Z mental health deteriorates, just like how our parents say, like, you know, how they keep telling us, hiya, you keep looking at your phone all day.
Oh yeah, like when you just like get home, probably just lay down somewhere, just open your phone for a few minutes, and they just like, "Oh, what are you doing? You just playing your phone? You lazy and stuff like that."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I don't think that's the whole thing. I mean, it could be, but like doesn't mean it's the whole thing. Like
Mm.
his phone is especially when you felt if you think about it, it does in a way. but like it's not entirely about the phone itself, but rather how we use it, I guess, because some people just use phone to communicate, watch some
Mm-hmm.
silly videos, but there are some people that just like so focus on their phone, like their entire life is just within that phone. I think that's the problem here. It's not like the phone itself is the problem, but how we use it. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we have to differentiate what is addiction and what is not.
Yeah, exactly. There's a report in 2022 that show Gen Z that spend most of their time on social media, they have more anxiety than the one that doesn't. So it kind of tracks back again on what I said before because, people don't get uh, mental health problem just because they have phone, but I think how they use it. Because as I said before, people who use it more and just like focus their life on it, they tend to get it more. But like the one that use it in the positive way, I don't think they have more mental health problem than the one that use it more.
Mm, because like I heard some cases like cyberbullying and how like social media like to do a lot of comparison.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, like the report say from 2022 by McKinsey, people they spend more time in social media, they get more exposure, they probably interact more, like if you
Mm.
play if you are on Twitter, for example. I think you know Twitter, right?
Oh yes, Twitter, the most toxic website.
Exactly, like if you spend most of your time there, I don't think it's a good thing because as you said, it's toxic, right? And if it's toxic, why do you put yourself there? Like
Yes,
just
yes.
get off, get out from there. You don't have to
Hmm.
stand there and just watch or interact because I mean, if it's a bad environment, why do you put yourself in there? You're just inviting problems.
I feel like the reason social media exists, it's like some of these is like these individual one's attention, and I feel like yeah.
Oh, they just want you think they just want attention.
Hmm, yes.
Could be. I mean, what else they want? But yeah, I think people that don't have enough going on in their life, they just use social media as an excuse, maybe to boost their confidence. But I'm not really sure. But
Hmm.
that's how I see it probably because they don't have anything. They just use social media. They want attention, and the only place that they get their attention from is the social media itself. So without them, they probably get anxious.
Ah, yes, yes. Okay, so for the next question, are there any suggestion or advice for supporting Gen Z mental health?
In what kind of way here?
Because like I've been hearing like the normal suggestion or advice like oh you should go to therapy, you should go to psychiatrist, whatever it is. That's like the common one, right?
Yeah, that's actually the most common one, especially when we are facing mental health problem because
Mm.
they are trained, licensed, so they are in a way trusted to deal with this kind of thing. But I think if it's like super early symptom, you don't have to self-diagnose or anything like that. But
Mm-hmm,
if you
mm-hmm.
just feel down because social media in general, I think the problem you can start seeing problem. I think it's best to like put down your phone. I know I'm sound so generic here, but like I'm not entirely saying that you cut off yourself from it, but like just minimize your activity interaction within the social media because just have some screen free hours would be a good thing. Just do any activity, I guess. If you like drawing, go for it. If you like to go around sightseeing, go somewhere, go outside. go for it. Like that's something that you enjoy, right? It's not like it's not. I mean, probably doesn't give the same feeling as when you're in social media, but like it's still something that you enjoy. So yeah, go for it.
Oh, so you're telling me that you should at least take a break from the screen and try to do something more productive.
Exactly, but it doesn't have it doesn't need to be necessarily productive because, as I said, if you like just to go outside, I don't know, play with your friend if you're a little kid probably who's still in high school, not little kid too, but like you get what I mean. Like you
Yeah, yeah,
still
yeah.
you still don't have like much responsibility and stuff. Especially we are talking Gen Z. Probably the oldest is still in their early 20s, and the youngest is like still teenagers. So I think if you're a teenager, go outside, play with your friends. I don't mean like yeah, I mean it's super generic like old people say just go outside, but like actually that's kind of true. If
Mm-hmm.
but if you don't want to go outside, you can just go read a book, you know, do something else, play games maybe, even though parents hate that because it's still you on your phone, but like just do anything that doesn't involve a lot of social media.
Oh, okay, okay.
But you
I
have to
think
enjoy
the
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think this works well with for extrovert, but how about for introvert? Because introvert doesn't like a lot of human interaction.
Yeah, like I said, you have to just for example, introvert they don't like sometimes for themselves. So yeah, go read a book, maybe watch a movie here and there. Even if you don't like going out with with people, there's some place that you could go alone and just like enjoy the moment. You don't have to interact with anything, and you know maybe uh, take a sport, go to
Mm.
gym, maybe just like run around your neighborhood exercising. It's not a bad thing. Or maybe you can clean your house, or I don't know, do some chores. There's a lot of thing. Even if it's just a small list of things, it doesn't have to be super impactful. After all, you're just reducing your screen time, right? It's not like you're going to
Yes, yes.
change your whole personality and stuff like that.
Okay, okay. Okay, for the next question, this is gonna be sound funny, but in your opinion, what is the most ridiculous reason or factor regarding Gen Z mental health?
What do you mean by that? Like,
Like
uh,
like some people, like let's say, some people say that social media is ridiculous because it really what how can I put the words in ya? The like how social media makes Gen Z more less critical thinking and how it increased their anxiety more.
so you're asking me like how people in general see us the Gen Z, like how they blame Gen Z. Is that you're asking like what reason Gen Z get mental health problem? What they blame for it?
Mm-hmm, yes, yes, yes.
It's quite interesting, but definitely something like kids are just soft now,
Oh yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
if you are saying like we're just soft, but you do have to realize that the world is changed, like literally, and we live, especially like through pandemic. There's a lot economic instability and like war nonstop here and there. We just get a lot of online exposure. I don't think it's kind. I don't think that we've dealt with right now because all. Let's just say the pandemic. We get our a
Mm-hmm.
few years of our life get just thrown off like that. We don't interact with people. We just stuck in our home. I don't think that is soft because essentially you just exist for no reason for that period of time practically because you just wake up, sleep, eat, repeat, the whole shenanigans, shebang, whatever. But I think it could put stress in ourselves too. Just for example, like some people get their school years get cut off. Like example, oh no, they're graduating now. Suddenly, like 1 to 3 years, they don't socialize. All their friendship just like uh, in the matter of just their phone. They don't have like real interaction. Suddenly, like their young days is over now. Like what people like to say, like back in my day, or like I used to have fun with my friend. They don't have that. Like it's get cut off. I think it could make stress, and I don't think it's soft, and it's just a pure stress, but in different form that the older generation felt. Like maybe the older generation felt stressed by like a lot of working and stuff, but again, time has changed. Different kind of problem will occur within those time frame, and the the timeline that we are on right now, it's just the stress that we're getting is just different kind of stress in my opinion.
So different generation have their own different stress situation.
Yeah, so it's not
So
everything is
it's
soft.
really so you can't really say oh the this generation have harder, that generation have the harder. You just really have to see it in a perspective.
Yeah, I mean, it's again back to what you define as hard, because some people think hard as working all day, some people think hard as just like, especially like people, when we talk about mental health, people just say living is hard itself. There's a lot of things that could be said hard, but yeah, it's just how you define the word hard itself. Because some people think, it's not hard, just like a lot of in online argument, people when they talk about this kind of thing, people just say, "Oh yeah, just go outside, get some work, get some money, get a house done. That's it." But like, time has changed. We do get money, but like, it's not just as much, and it's different. For
Yeah,
them,
due
it's
to the
easy.
due to the economy nowadays, finding money is kind of hard for Gen Z, and I've seen a lot of boomers saying that oh, you generation nowadays are lazy, but in reality, the economy was is pushing a bit too hard for these young folks.
Yeah, exactly. That's just how the word nowadays. Again, yeah, hard is just a matter of what you think is hard and what you think is easy, and people just perceive it differently. And yeah, you just look whatever you want to look at, how you want to look at it. For me, yeah, that's about the gist of it.
Okay, for the last question, will Gen Z mental health improve in the future?
Interesting, because I think it can. Definitely can, because improving is just like, human second nature at this point. But it's really again depend on how they're going to do it, or how like society react to it. It's a lot of factor really. So, but I think yeah, they can definitely be improved, and especially when you're talking about Gen Z, it's the whole generation, right? And
Yes, yes.
there's a lot of people, even like, for example, like I said, Gen Z is like from teenagers and early 20s nowadays. That's a good range of people. So even like if you're talking about how society look at it, I mean, in the same way, they are part of the same society, right? And when we're talking about Gen Z mental health, I think they know exactly what they want. They know exactly what they're talking about, like what make them stress. I think it's just like how open they are willing to try to open about it, or maybe if they want to seek therapy, or just being good in general. And because we keep advocating for mental health, but like do we do something about it? Like, for example, if getting I feel like I'm being depressed, do I want to do something about it, or do I just want to lay around and do nothing about it? It's really up to them themselves.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Since nowadays we have like social media has given a lot of like resources regarding mental health, so it's their choice to if they want to improve or not.
Yeah, it's just a matter of do they want to do it or no. Really, it's about it.
Okay, okay. Well, I hope they will improve not improve in the future, since I've seen cases of like increase of supportment, so I think they will be fine. So
Yeah,
to wrap it up, so let's wrap it up. To our listener, thank you for tuning in to Mind Matter. If you are struggling, remember you don't have to go through it alone. Reach out to a trusted friend, family member, or a professional resource. And thank you to you, William, for joining our for this podcast session.
yeah, no
I really
problem.
appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you
We
for
will
inviting me.
include we will include some helpful links in the show notes. Until next time, take care of your mind because your mind matters.